Let's look at 5 easy ways that you can fold salami and cold cuts for your next charcuterie board.
Hi, I'm Alexis. Welcome to Fancy Apron Cooking. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. I want to help make hard things easier for you in the kitchen. We are doing that today by looking at 5 different ways that we can fold meats for a charcuterie board. I made a video a little more than a year ago on how to fold meat for a charcuterie board, and it's really fast. So several people had commented and asked that I slow the video down. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to take our time, go through step by step each video so that you can make a good looking charcuterie board at home.
The first way to fold a salami flour I'm going to show you is to use a small bowl. What we're going to do is take a small dish about the size of the flour that you want, and we're going to do 2 or 3 layers of salami around the inside. These are going to be rose petals that are easy to serve. Once you go around the cup twice, we're going to make the centerpiece that really looks like a flower. We're going to take 4 slices and fold those in half. Then we're going to roll from one end over. We're going to stick that down in our centerpiece. There, now you have flour number 1. The next one we're going to do is a salami train. I really like this method because of how it presents on the board and because it's easy. What you're going to do is lay a bunch of slices out, fold that in half and fold it in half again. So now you have a quarter moon slice. Pair those up and get as many laid out as you want. Then what we're going to do is we are going to interlace those pairs. So you're going to take one side, loop it into the middle of the other. That's a little pair. Now you're going to continue on until you have all your pairs set up. When you're done, you're going to stand these up on end, and so it's going to make a long line that looks kind of like a ribbon. I call it a salami train, but it's a great way to deliberately shape your salami for your board. Option number 3 is another easy way to make a flour. We're going to start by rolling up a centerpiece. So I'm going to stack 5 slices of spicy salami overlapping each other. I'm going to fold that in half and roll the whole thing up. So this is pretty solid. This is not coming undone on its own. Then I'm going to stack it up in the middle. That's my centerpiece. And I'm going to layer salami slices folded in half all the way around. So what you have is a little bit of height. It's easy to serve. You can easily take off one slice and go. This is a method that I like to do, especially for softer, more tender meats like copa that don't stand up or fold very well on their own. There you go, number 3. Okay, we are on to prosciutto. Prosciutto can be tricky because it's floppy, it's not sturdy, doesn't hold up well. I actually have an entire video that I will also link to in the description below, just dedicated to different ways you can present prosciutto on your charcuterie board. But I'm going to show you how to make a ribbon. You're going to fold your whole long slice of prosciutto into an accordion. So you're going to go back and forth, back and forth. Then you're just going to fold it over in the middle and stack those 2 backings up against each other. So it looks like a nice ribbon, and it's kind of got a little bit of help by holding each other up. Okay, one more time, I'm going to show you. We're going to fold back and forth in the middle, hold each other together, and you got a little ribbon. I saved my favorite for last. We're going to use a stemless wine glass to make a flower. So the reason we use a stemless glass is because it tapers up at the top and that shape helps. You're just going to layer half over the last half and go all the way around your glass until you've done 3 to 4 layers is a good amount. So this doesn't look like much now, but when we flip it over, you're going to be surprised to see an awesome flower. I especially like to use this method for my larger slices of salami, but I am going to show you if you have a smaller circle of salami that you want to make this method of flour, just use a smaller cut. That's going to work too.
One thing that I really find helps the integrity of our little meat flours and keeps them held up well is that after I shape them, I leave them in the fridge. The longer the better, because when things get cold, they constrict and tighten up a little bit. So I'm going to put these in the fridge and then we'll put it all together. Everything had a chance to set up in the fridge, so we're going to get it on our board and you can see what it looks like when we put it all together.
The centerpiece for this board is going to be the stemless wine glass because that's the biggest flour. Those were the biggest salami slices. All you have to do is turn that cup over, release, pull that cup off and you've got a beautiful flower. It's super easy to serve. You just grab one of the top slices and the rest of the flour stays intact. This is really my favorite. Now for the cup that we use to build our little salami roast, this is perfect because it gives it some height. You can stuff your crackers and your cheese around and under it, and it's easy to move around. If you decide while you're making a board that you don't want it there, you don't have to leave it there. Now we're going to get our prosciutto on our board. These ribbons are just going to stay in a nice line, so you can leave them side by side if you want pile, or you can arrange them end to end. So then you've got some nice lines, which can be nice borders separating different things on your board. Now let's get our last rose over here in this corner. Like I said, it's easy to serve. You just grab a slice and eat it. It's great. Now we're going to get our little train on here. So I'm just going to pick up my pears, and they're going to hold each other up. They're going to be a little bit of a backing. They might fall down as you start to take things like cheese and crackers off the board, but it's another great way if you want some division using a long line. Again, super easy to serve. You just grab a pear. It's good to go. Then real quick, I just want to show you my smaller flour, how it compares to the bigger flour when I use the glass. All I'm going to do is tip this over. There you go. It's kind of cool to do this method with a peppered salami because you see it on the edges. You've got one little, one big.
That's it. That's all you have to do. I really hope that all of this was helpful. I do have a couple links in the description below. I have that prosciutto video. I have a blog post dedicated to this particular kind of folding salami, coppa, prosciutto, all that stuff. Hoping it's going to super make things easier for you. Some fun shopping items that you might want to incorporate in your charcuterie board. And lastly, I do have more charcuterie board related videos in the pipeline. Those are coming up next. So make sure you subscribe so that when those videos go out, you'll miss them. You won't miss a thing. Thank you so much for watching.